Good morning, boys and girls. All right, so we're gonna get into some mathematics today. Remember, yesterday, we would have spoken about factors, and we said normally we would use the term can go into a number. A number that can go into a number, we say we can call it a factor of another number. All right, and we would have done 100 board, we would have done the 100 board, and we would have done some rules of divisibility. And you were given an exercise where you had to cross off all the numbers exactly divisible by 10, 5, 2, and 3. And I would have also given you numbers that 7 is a factor of, and we would have crossed off 49, 77, and 91. And then you would have had the remaining numbers that you would have to list, because we said those numbers have only two factors. The numbers that you were unable to cross off would have only two factors, one and itself, and hence we would have called those numbers prime numbers. And we said a prime number has two factors, one and itself. So this morning I want to call out for you all a list of some prime numbers. All right, so we would have the first prime number we want to talk about is the number 2. The number 2 is the only even number that is prime. Okay, all other prime numbers are odd numbers. So the only even number that is a prime number is 2, because 1 can go into 2 and 2 can go into 2. The next number is 3, then 5, 7, not 9, because 3 can go into 9, so 9 is not a prime number. We have 11, only 11 can go into 11, right? 13, not 15, because 3 could go into 15 and 5 could go into 15, so that is not a prime number. We have 17, because only 17 can go into 17. 19, what about 21? No, if we find the sum of the digits in 21, 2 and 1 is 3, we realize that 3 can go into 21 7 times. So 3 and 7 are factors of 21. So we will leave out 21. We go into 23, not 25. 5 will go into 25, not 27. 3 can go into 27. The next prime number will be 29. Then we have 31, 37. What about 39? Is 39 a prime number? Well, add the digits in 39. 3 and 9, 12. So 3 can go into that. Right, so we leave out 39. We go to 41, 43, 47. What about 49? You remember yesterday I told you that 49, 77 and 91, they are divisible by 7. So we got to leave out that. Alright, so if we go along like that, these are what we call prime numbers, because they only have two factors. So then how would we call numbers that have more than two factors? Like the number 6. If we look at the number 6, what can go into 6? Alright, we can say 1 times 6 is 6. And after 1, we can say 2 times 3 is 6. Alright, so we can say 1, 2, 3, and 6 are factors of 6. So the number 6 has more than two factors. So a number that has more than two factors, we call that number a composite number. Composite. I'll write the word composite. C-O-M, composite, right? A composite number. We say a composite number has more than two factors. It's composite. So the prime number only has two factors, one in itself, but a composite number has more than two factors. Now there's a very easy method we can use to be able to find the factors of numbers. Alright? And I would have just shown it to you. Let's try the number 12. We need to do this in a very, very organized way when we are finding the factors of numbers. So firstly, you start off with 1. You are going to use your rules of divisibility. Start off with 1 because 1 is a factor of every number. Right? So we say the factors of 12 would be 1 times 12. What about 2? Is 2 a factor of 12? Yes, because 12 is an even number. So 2 times what will give you 12? 2 times 6. What about 3? You need to question yourself using your rules of divisibility that we would have developed yesterday. And we said 3 can go into 12 because if we find the sum of the digits in 1 and 2, we are going to get 3. So 3 how many times? 3 times 4. What about 4? Can 4 go into 12? But you see we already have 4 here. Okay, and because we already have 4 there, that means it's time to stop. Okay, so you would stop when you have a number that you already have. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. If I have to list the factors, I would put the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, so the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Alright, let's try another number. Let's try the number 36. We want to be able to list the factors of 36. Alright, so once again, you always start with 1. 1 and the number. 1 times 36. 1 times 36 is 36. What about 2? Can 2 go into 36? Remember your rules of divisibility. 2 can go into 36 because it's an even number. So you go across in your working column and you put down 2 and you want to see how many times 2 can go into 36. So 2 into 3, 1, remainder 1. 2 into 16, we get 18. So we come back here and we put 2 times 18. 2 times 18 will give us 36. What about 3? Can 3 go into 36? Yes, because 3 and 6 is 9. Remember the rule? You find the sum of the digits when we want to check to see if a number is exactly divisible by 3. So we go across our working column again and we go 3 into 36. So 3 into 3, 1, and 3 into 6, 2. So it's 3 times 12. What about 4? Now the possibility exists because 36 is an even number. So we check our tables there. 4 times 9 will give you 36. What about 5? So you see we are moving, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very, very organized where we are trying to find the factors. 5 cannot go into 36 because a number is exactly divisible by 5, you remember, when it ends with 0 or 5. So we leave out 5. What about 6? Yes, for those of you who remembered yesterday, I said a number is exactly divisible by 6 if it is divisible by 2 and 3. And as you can see here, 2 is a factor of 36 and 3 is also a factor. So it means to say 6 will be a factor of 36 as well. And for those of you who know your tables, very important to learn your tables. And parents, I want you to make sure that your children learn their tables because you cannot do mathematics without knowing your tables. We have 6 times 6. So 6 would give you 36. And I know that I have to stop because I have a number that I already have. I have 6 on both sides there. Okay, so remember that is the clue for knowing when to stop. When you start from 1 and you move your way up, and when you have a number that you already have, you stop and then you list your factors. You say the factors will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You don't list 6 again because you already have 6. 9, 12, 18, and 36. Alright? So let's try one more. We're going to try a big number. Alright? We want to try a big number. So let's see. Let's say we can use the number 80. 80 is a good number to use. Let's try the number 80. Let's see. What should we do? We put down 1 times 80. 2. Can 2 go into 80? Let's see. Yes, an even number. So we say 2 into 80. 2 into 8, 4. 2 into 0, 0. So we get 2 times 40. What about 3? Can 3 go into 80? Let's add the digits. 8 at 0, 8. So we know 3 cannot go into 80. What about 4? Let's try. 4 into 80. 4 into 8, 2. 4 into 0, 0. Yes. 4 times 20. So we have 1. 3 couldn't go. We have 2. We have 1, 2, 3 couldn't go. We have 4. We move to 5. Can 5 go into 80? Yes, because it ends with a 0. Because numbers exactly divisible by 5 end with 0 or 5. So we come down in our working column and we work 5 into 80. 5 into 8, 1. Remainder 3. 5 into 30, 6. So we get 5 times 16. What about 6 into 80? Remember, a number is exactly divisible by 6 if it is divisible by 2 and 3. So we check. 3 is not a factor. 2 is a factor, but 3 is not a factor. So we said no, 6 will not be a factor of that number. It must be exactly divisible by 2 and 3. Alright. 7 into 80. No, because we had, yes, 11 sevens are 77 and 12 sevens are 84. So what about 8? 8 into 80. Yes, 8 times 10. 8 times 10. What about 9? No, 9 cannot go into 80. Because 9 can go into a number when the sum of the digits is exactly divisible by 9. Alright. And what about 10? Well, we already have 10. So here it is. We would have had the factors of 80 being 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 16, 20, 40, and 80. So, let us recap what we would have done today. So, we would have taught you all what is a composite number. Composite number has more than 2 factors. And we said numbers with only 2 factors are called prime numbers. And I would have taught you how to go ahead finding the factors of numbers. Now these skills are extremely important, not only to develop your number sense and to prepare you for SEA, but when you go to secondary school and you start doing advanced mathematics, you will have to be able to know how to find the factors of numbers and so on. So it is extremely important that you engage yourself in these exercises and these practice so you can be able to find the factors of numbers. But as we do so, I don't want you to mix up factors with multiples. Remember, the factors of 6 will be all the numbers that can go into 6. 1, 2, 3, and 6. Those are the factors of 6. But the multiples of 6, I would have told you m for multiple and m for more. So the multiples of 6 will be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and so on. Alright? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare a little worksheet for you all and post it so that you can be able to go ahead practicing how to find the factors of numbers. So don't forget, you must be able to know your prime numbers, and the best way to do so is that you must know your rules of divisibility. All right? So see you until then.